Right. 12 days of Paddock.
Plugged early.
Yes.
Now we started.
Hey, under instructions from marketing man Baggers, who said make sure you plug 12 days of Paddock early. So we have done. Go and check it out. You can win a PlayStation 5. You're buzzing, aren't you?
Fucking am I, Jay.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's a good job
Look
this
at them
table's
graphics.
got 4 legs because it wouldn't need one.
Hey,
Absolutely ripping at the jeans.
Stephen's buzzing because he's little side hustle that he's got going on. He don't like to talk about it though, but they've got a big game tomorrow in Salford.
15 minutes, I'll fill you in.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, we had one opponent pull out on us tomorrow.
Right.
We've got 7 games left in the league. Right, we're 8 points clear.
Sorry, I just thought of Joe.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So someone pulled out on us. That was the crack
it's not
this
the
morning.
first time someone's pulled out on you.
You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get us a friendly for tomorrow. United are off, right? What are we going to do, Jay? I'm not going into the last weekend of the year with no pissing football. I was wounded. I'd shouted at children. I wasn't happy.
To be fair, you shout at children when you're happy.
Right, fair. So what's going to happen is
Right.
we were meant to be playing 6th. I don't even know where they are. Let's say 6th.
Right, good research.
Us and a team from Salford, from that there Salford.
God's country.
The only fucking team to taste our blood this year, I might add. We're going head to head for the title. They've only got to fucking give us them tomorrow, aren't they? Title decider.
Right, go on. When is it? Get it out of the way so we can move on to things that I care
I don't know.
about.
I don't know what time it is.
Right,
It's
we'll
tomorrow.
Find out.
I will find
Check.
out.
He'll put it on his socials.
At some point tomorrow.
Yeah, at some point tomorrow in Salford.
It's going down.
It's going. I'm a bit torn, mate, because I don't know who to support. Because you're my mate and that, but I'm from Salford, so...
Listen, if you're in the area, it'll be free entry.
A draw,
and it's honestly, we'll go off like fuck. We've had some serious tussles with these two. And we ain't losing tomorrow. So
there you go.
If we win, we go 11 points clear with 6 games to go.
And by my reckoning, that means you've won the league.
We're not far off, are we? You're within 2 wins of winning it. Then.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Hey. So there you go. Check it out. De La Salle versus Stretford.
I'm wooded up, Jay. I can't wait.
He is. I can see from under the table. He's absolutely. He's excited out of his mind. Get involved in the comments. Let us know about Manchester United stuff as well, because we're going to get to that. Because you got Cavani go to Barca, Martial go to Juve, Ilanga, McKenna, Eric Steele, Jerome Klein, whoever he is, Frank Kessie, and Donny van der Beek. I think I've covered
Where's
it all.
Donny going?
I'll get to that in a bit.
Oh, okay. I shed a tear about Cavani. What might have been, mate? He was nailed on to be a cult hero here, wasn't he?
Can I ask you a question, Steve?
Can I ask you a question? Why are we talking about modern fucking football?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you, right? If you had to pick...
Oh, here we go. I know where this is
this
going.
This came right,
Brian
in the members... No, it's not. In the members Q&A...
Cavani over Brian McClare.
Right, okay, good lad. But in the members Q&A, this came up, and I had to answer it, because Macca, he's not really interested. Who was your unsung hero of the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup run? So you can't say my shoes. Not that you'd say that.
I think Paul Ince. As much as we all hate him now.
You shout that, bro.
As much as we all hate him now.
That's
the guy had a fucking leg sliced open against Montpellier.
Shout.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know who I said? I said your pal, Clayton.
I know you were going to say
I know,
you got a soft spot for him because he's shit. He also filled in 13 different positions.
He filled in 13 positions, right? Even at the peak of his Manchester United career, he still looked like he just staggered out of a pub in Cardiff, right?
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because he probably just staggered out of a pub in Cardiff.
He's a big lad, isn't he? And I like that about him.
He is now.
He was quite... He was
pretty skinny, really.
Skinny, really? Nah, I mean, that's being kind. Also, like, he likes a free kick. He play anywhere. Goal line clearance. What more do you want, man? Come on. I mean, I know now we look at... Yeah, homegrown.
Even with that accent.
Yeah. Now we look at Clayton Blackmore, and he's like an in-betweener, isn't he? Because he's not quite the Fergie era, and he's not full-on Atkinson. He's almost a bit of Fergie and almost a bit of Atkinson. I mean, I know he is because the games he played.
He's homegrown lad that's worked at the club, heavily involved in Mason Greenwood's development coming through the 16s and early 18s.
Really?
Heavily
involved? In what way? Like,
he's involved.
He let Mason Greenwood play in his team.
A really good finish, that lad. Fucking love it.
What do you reckon of this Greenwood lad, Clayton? Yeah, he's all right.
Oh, you've seen me interview him, yeah? Fucking hell, man.
Listen, we love Clayton Blackmore, but it was like that one, that interview.
Worst interview ever done. Hands down.
There's nothing worse when someone gives you one-word answers. Just moody.
Right, if you ain't seen it, no, because he was in a great mood.
Yeah, he was.
Going to play golf because he loves a bit of golf.
You get on with him.
He would, behind the camera. So, I mean, there's a series. Them two boring dickheads go and play golf together. Might make something interesting.
There's a great series that will not be on this channel. Go on.
So, So Mason's just broke through. This is
Not
like
because of you, baggers. You're lovely.
2 years ago. Might be 2 years ago. I've done a fucking warm down with him. I'm like, Clayton, obviously just left. I think he just left.
So how long's your warm? Because your warm down was pretty like comprehensive. What it like an hour? I did a couple of
Yeah.
them. Like we didn't mess
His
about.
might have been half an hour, which is killing me.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because it's only me talking. And it was like, Clayton, Mason Greenwood just broke into the first team with people talking about him being a generational talent. He's got more than a goal a game, nearly an assist every single game. Brilliant prospect coming through the academy. You must be so proud of him. Yeah, I am. Did you know early doors he was going to be as good as he is? I mean, he's skillful. He's 2-footed. He's scoring goals. Yeah, it's great.
To be fair, Stephen, it's not the first time you've done a warm down like that.
Brutal. The only thing that could have been worse is it could have been live.
Oh, mate, can you imagine?
You're fucking killing me.
No, come on, give me something. I wouldn't mind, right? I don't get it because he's done a lot of media stuff. He has. Like, when I was in radio, we had him on the radio. So he knows the game. It's also, I could go and get a Spice Addict to come on here and talk about Mason Greenwood for 20 minutes. It's like, it's a tap-in. Like, he scores loads of goals. He's so excited. Everyone's talking about him. It's so easy. And yet, just like, yeah, all right. There's nothing worse than that, man, when you're trying to fill that dead air as well. We've got quite a few super chats. Christian Shea says, year membership, I was a member of the first team 30 months. Year membership anniversary, been watching since full-time Devil days. Thanks for all the content. Has really helped during COVID and back during my deployment. Is that one of your mates? Is that what that means? Christian Shea? Back during my deployment, is that an army term? Or
Well, it is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Let us know, Christian, what that means. Have you been part of his tribe? Joe McGrath saying, I've just seen that tiger of Potters. What? He's just seen, has he seen Jason Manford? Is that what that is? A Phoenix Knights reference. King Eric Cantona of Mancunia, he said this morning on my news that you didn't watch. Not that I'm bitter and angry that you went live at the same time as me and took all my viewers, despite the fact you own a lot of this channel. Don't worry about it. Not that we're going to have this conversation now. King Eric Cantona of Mancunia says, as I always say, when the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. This applies to everything. Fair enough. Derek Best.
He does say that.
He does.
Thank you.
Derek Best has been a member of the academy for 30 months.
Also, though, the seagulls
Yeah, you do it better than I do. Go on.
follow the trawler because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
See, you've got the advantage, though, because you've met him. You've sat with him. You've basked in
I've
his
watched
greatness.
that
You've
400
smelt him.
times.
Do you know
I cuddled
what?
him. I put my head in the centre of his chest and cuddled him like he was a grandparent.
That's elite, that. I don't know if I could do an interview with him. I think he's one of the few I'd be too.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
sweat about
too
4
nervous.
litres, I reckon.
Oh, mate, he's such a god, innit? He's not a man. He's Cantona. Derek Best, who's been a member of the academy 30 months. This is a good question, this. Who would you rather have, Prime Cavani or Falcao?
Prime Falcao was, a year maybe? He just hit like a rail, didn't he, in a year, and he was unreal. Unplayable. Cavani's prime might have lasted longer.
Yeah?
I think because of the work rate. Falcao was a finisher. He was a fox in the box.
Yeah.
There's a bit more to Cavani, I think.
Yeah. Cavani can do things that yeah, you're right.
Would have had him 10 years ago.
Mate. Because he's such a typical cult figure, innit? Everything about him that you can like, scores goals.
Why'd you go to Paris for 10 years? How long was he at Paris?
Right, yeah.
It was a long time.
It was like, just play. I wouldn't mind, he was always
Dickhead.
second fiddle to people as well. Like, I was Zlatan or Mbappe, whatever.
Did you not hear the song we did for you?
Yeah.
We made ABBA popular.
That's what I mean.
Who'd even heard of him before that?
And do you know what, as well? I prefer the new one. The new one he's got is even better.
Uruguay.
Yeah, I love that sound. And I don't often say that about United chants. Abhinav Verma says, is Cantona a hugger?
Yeah, he hugged me back, yeah.
Yeah. Who was better to be around, just to be around, Eric or Patrice?
Patrice spoke to me more.
Because I met Patrice the other week for the first time.
Cantona don't really talk,
mint.
does he? He's not a chatter.
Yeah.
He he's very measured, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's taking it all in.
Yeah.
And it will drop a. I don't know. That's fucking Joe Smith. He went for a fucking beer with him, didn't he?
I know, it's mad, that, innit? He
Dickhead.
went for a beer, didn't even take any pictures or put any on his socials.
Yeah, we got a text off him saying, "I've just been for lunch and beers with Cantona." I'm like, die.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Jay and Steve left the group. That was how that group chat went down.
Prick.
Dickhead. We both left. Didn't speak to him for a month. Dean B, 1980. Hey lads, we have to thank Cavani for removing Owen's curse. Do you think he has removed the 7 curse?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Because before him, I mean, our number 7's between... Is it between Ronnie and him?
What?
Just stream of rubbishness.
What? Oh, that have ended it?
No, between Cavani and Ronnie, is it with all of them rubbish?
It was basically Ronaldo.
Yeah, which is obviously
a river
elite.
of shit.
That's what I'm saying. And then Cavani.
Ronaldo.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was
Cavani needed to remove the curse because
Yeah.
Ronaldo couldn't wear it after a Scouse had been wearing it.
And also it's a bit like two Bob and Ito. We've had to get
Ronaldo
back.
couldn't wear it either.
Yeah, because it was it Owen?
Was Owen the first? Yeah, Owen was the first because I threw up.
Yeah, Owen. It wasn't Owen Memphis, was it?
I think it was
Valencia.
No, Valencia not after.
Was it
Was
Owen?
it straight to Valencia?
Owen, Valencia,
Di Maria.
Di Maria, Jesus wept, Memphis, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Fucking. What? Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I've just broke
old
my,
Alexis.
Yeah, I've just broke my thing as well. Sorry for swearing. Caleb Deturley says, are you disappointed that Saul didn't light up the Prem? Was it him or the system he's playing for, or playing in, for his recent underwhelming performances? I wanted to ask you this last night because I saw your mate, Cam Waters, saying he could go back to, we can send him back to Atletico. And I wondered what you made of that.
Chelsea fans saying send the buggers back. Well, I never. First thing, one, I knew he was going to be shit. I just like him.
Right, okay.
2.
That's the most Stephen Howson sentence I've ever heard in my life. If you ever want to know what he's about, there you go. I knew he was going to be shit, but I just like him, and no one's going to change my opinion.
I told you all, if he comes to United, he's guaranteed to be shit, right? But I just like him. I like the attitude he has. I like a lot about him, right?
Yeah,
But
no, that's fair enough. It's part of your charm.
He's also got, like, we went through this yesterday. I can't remember who went through. It might have been with Ronaldo. Me and Ronaldo was talking about Chelsea's midfield. And I was like, I think Ross Barkley probably fucking starts for us.
He came on last night.
And then you think Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho. You look at the level of midfielder Chelsea have got. He's up against some serious fucking talent. He'd have come in and looked at McTominay, looked at Fred, and gone, my first choice.
Yeah.
And even as shit as he's been, just saying.
Well, if he'd come in, he'd have played, wouldn't he?
I'm just saying.
Do you know what I mean? I still think, like, I think Chelsea have got, obviously, a very strong midfield, but I just think it's all about Kante, mate. I think once you take him out of that team, they are struggling. Yeah. And I think it's becoming, it's showing already. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just so...
They won 4 in 9, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, and, like, he's just so good. He's so important to them. And all the success they've had over the last since he signed, he's been a massive part of it. Hugely. They don't get near that Champions League without him. They don't win the title they won without him. So I know they've had success before, but I mean, since he arrived,
that's the thing
massive.
Is that Chelsea have rinsed through millions of managers, but they've always had like an Hazard, or even like your Essens and
a good spine, haven't
they?
they?
Yeah, they've had some serious
Costa
in
and
there.
Terry, obviously, though we hate him.
Carvalho, did you say? Thought so.
Yeah, Carvalho, and then
was that other defender
David Luiz,
Ivanovic.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like they've had some serious players out all the time, so. A good manager is going to get a tune out of them. But you know what? A good manager given a bit of time might have got a better tune.
Do you rate Tuchel as highly as everyone else does?
I think he's very good.
I have this thing that I think he's been overrated a bit because I think like everyone's now puts him in the same bracket as Guardiola and Klopp because he won the Champions League. And because for a little spell he had Chelsea top of the league and I was like, Tuchel, he's elite.
What did he do? Realistically, what did he do? He came in. Lampard was clearly a bad manager.
Yeah.
And he was having them really underperform in where they should have been because that squad was still top.
Yeah.
And the problem with, and it's not necessarily a Lampard issue, really, because what's a manager's job to do? To pick a team that limits the opposition chances and maximise your chances in front of goal. Then it's on the individual players that you've selected, and it's your job to keep them motivated and keep selecting the right ones. But it's on the players that you've selected then to put the fucking ball in the back of the net. Now, when you're twatting teams on expected goals, that means you are creating the chances and you're limiting the chances at the other end. They also had Mendy, who went through like some sort of Spider-Man level shit, where he was just saving anything that went near him. Quite possibly overtook everyone and became the best goalkeeper in the world in the last year.
Yeah.
But they weren't really putting the ball in the back of the net. He had a bit more of an adventurous system, switched it up a little bit, started scoring more goals. But when he came in, what he did was make him mean.
Yeah.
Because if you like, think about it, you go, what's our problem? We're not scoring loads of goals. Okay, are we conceding goals? Yeah, we are conceding goals. Well, I can fix us conceding goals, which means we'll win a higher percentage of games if we concede no goals.
Yeah, which is what he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like their record at one point was like.
So you've got to give him some credit for that. You've got to give him a lot of credit for that because it's not easy. It's easy to sort of say, oh, we'll just make us harder to fucking concede. Yeah. It's a bit of a difference between actually doing that. So you got to give him some credit for that. He brought in a style and an identity, and ultimately though, they're now having a similar run of form as they had under Lampard. Yeah. The players have kind of reverted to type a little bit. We'll see what he's made of now. Because I don't think he's going to get the bullet, but it's Abramovich, so who knows? Yeah. So we'll see what he's made of now, and we'll see where they finish in the end of the season. They should finish top 3 based on the squad that they've got, though.
100%. I watched them last night.
Shite.
Yeah, they were poor.
And that was. No, I like Ben Godfrey. I think he's a future. I think he's a future United player, to be honest. We've got a centre half. I think he's fucking class. Playing at left wing back though, no mass.
No,
he was fucking turd.
Yeah, so that says it all. I mean, they were. Okay, you win games, but they kind of did a bit of a smash and grab against Leeds, didn't they? Was it 3 penalties in a 95th minute winner? They'd also had a bad run where they dropped a load of points. Lost to, I think, was it West Ham, dropped a few other points as well. And then you think, okay, now they're going to come out of it. Everton at home, don't get much easier than that. And they draw. So, bad times. Abinab Verma, I was watching the Hayes old videos. His skills with the ball at his feet was mint. What do you think went wrong?
Who?
David De Gea.
It could be. I mean, you mentioned Eric Steele going. He's only just gone. I thought he went ages ago.
No.
They got Emiliano in, didn't they, for a bit? That absolute fucking dipped in.
Oh, bro, he was having a right go. One of you. Oh no, Eric Steele's just been commenting on for De Gea. He said he can hit a 40-yard ball more accurately than Maguire and Lindelof. I looked at some of his clips from his second year recently. His distribution was incredible. So he's praising him there.
Yeah, so I know you mentioned Eric Steele a second
ago. There's a bit more of a quote here, but go on. I'll get to the quote in a minute.
Form was at its best under Eric Steele.
Yeah,
but Eric Steele's like 70, I think.
He's
like he ain't gonna be coming back and fucking lacing up a pair of gloves and getting in the mix and coaching him now. I think there was a bit of a problem with that Emiliano.
Oh, he spat his dummy out Alvarez, didn't he? He said he left, and what he basically said was that when the contract negotiations were going on, Ollie was in his ear saying, can you have a word with David De Gea, get him to sign a new deal? He's then saying David De Gea sacked his agent, and Alvarez was like, I don't think that he should have done that, that's not really loyal. And then he said that David De Gea basically went behind his back and signed a new deal without telling him he was going to do it. He didn't feel he got the reward that he should have got. Maybe felt he should have got a pay rise or whatever. Yeah. Didn't get it. He says he left. I think the club say they got rid of him, but he said he walked out because he was unhappy with David De Gea. And then he's thrown a bit of shade at him, calling him a traitor and all this. It's all got a bit nasty.
I'll tell you what. I never spoke to him.
Yeah.
I saw him a lot though when we were on tour.
Alvarez.
Yeah. So in Singapore, we was in a players' hotel. Maka had managed to bag a room in a players' hotel. We were on a scumbag floor while they were up in the clouds.
Yeah.
But
so you did the right thing, didn't you? And tried to get in the clouds.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. So we'd be like hanging out in the lobby. Go and get some Wi-Fi somewhere, so speak to the missus, FaceTime the Bambino and all that sort of stuff. And Alvarez is walking around in the tightest sportswear you've ever seen.
Really?
Hotel lobbies are very mirrored, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Mate, he was fucking having himself.
Was it?
Yeah, he might have whipped it out in there and just fucking had a play. Honestly.
Really?
He was on the phone and you just think, mate, have one night off.
Yeah,
just every bird who walked past,
proper chocolate.
Relax your fucking self, mate. Yeah. So I don't know what his goalkeeping's like, but I just got pure douche vibes looking at him.
Really? And he's acted like a bit of a douche, to be fair. Eric Steele, who isn't a douche, went on to say, it's sad to have that taken away because it was part of the reason we bought him. We wanted a young Edward van der Sar.
Eric Steele pushed for him, didn't he?
Yeah, fair play to him because that was a massive gamble going for a 20-year-old or 20-year-old keeper. Go on.
Joe, the greatest goalkeeper is, I think, in the last 30 years,
Let's
statistically.
see it.
I mean, okay. In the last 29 years.
All right, good lad, well done. I mean, I'm going to say Van der Sar. It's obviously not going to be Van der Sar, is it?
No, it is, yeah. Statistically, yeah.
Well, that is what I've been saying to anyone that listens, and people go, "You're just saying that because you don't like Peter Schmeichel because he can't win in front of United fans at the derby when City beat us."
Save percentage.
No, Van der Sar for me is the best goalkeeper I've ever seen for anyone, and I'm not just saying that because of whatever's gone on with Schmeichel. I firmly believe that. Look at the positioning of Edwin van der Sar. It was elite. King Eric Cantona of Mancunia, while you're looking for that, says, "Steve, can you shed some light on that Bitcoin FC? What's all that about?"
Oh, Brentford. Rebel. We call Brentford what? Brentford.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, so there's a team in Brentford that are like about 2 leagues above us.
When you say us, you mean Paddock FC?
Paddock
for anyone
FC,
who's
which
wondering
is
what you're on
us.
about.
We're on Stretford Paddock. I think we can call it Paddock FC.
Is it a part of this now? Is
we
it?
have a football team,
upstairs, it was you and them. A minute ago to me.
They are called, so Pete McCormack, they are called Real Bedford, or Real Bedford, I assume. He's probably
Nice.
It's a pirate badge, obviously. So they are in the equivalent of the Northwest Counties, but for the South Midlands.
Oh, the South Midlands.
South Midlands, yeah.
Okay.
So where Bedford is.
Is it South Midlands, Bedford? I always thought it was like North London.
Right, well, that's the South Midlands. You dickhead.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I thought it was closer to London.
Oh, I thought it was like bottom left of Scotland. Yeah, that's the northwest of England.
Is it not like a little bit of a buffer? Like a little, do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
So,
all brummies.
So Stretford Paddock are in level 13 of English football, right? You got to go all the way down.
Yeah.
These fuckers are in level 10 of English football, which is South Midlands League Division 1.
Yeah.
Then you've got South Midlands League Division Prem, Southern Central Division 1, Southern Central Prem, National League South, National League, League 2, League 1, Championship Premier League.
Right.
He's some Bitcoin millionaire, possibly billionaire, because who the fuck knows, right? Took over a team in Bedford, renamed them Real Bedford, made Pirates their logo, or like Skull and Crossbones their logo, and he's like, right, Premier League in 10 years. There's no fucking way he's doing that in 10 years, by the way, but I reckon he probably gets 4 or 5 instant promotions. You do anything at that level, you can fly up.
Yeah. So he's throwing loads of money at this little team in Bedford.
Yeah.
And he's gonna is Bitcoin how he's made his money, or
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Surav Mukherjee says, "Is there a possibility that we may need another rebuild process?
Yeah.
I mean, with a big season ahead and too many changes may impact our aspirations. Are we? Do we need that?
I don't think it's a full rebuild, but like if Cavani goes, you're getting rid of Tony Marshall. You're probably going to look to bring in a striker, I would think, even if it's someone that's just a different mould to what you've got a little bit. Ronaldo's going to be gone in. At the most, he'll be gone in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
It could be the end of next season. Could be fucking this summer, really, couldn't it?
Yeah, we don't know, do we?
No, we have no idea.
He might go, hang on a minute, I doubt it, but someone like America might go, here's £1 million a day, come and play for us.
Okay.
All right, then, sack it. Do you know what I mean? I doubt it, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
No, I who the fuck knows is the answer.
Yeah.
You think the defence could need a little of a tweak, especially if whoever comes in, honestly, I would stop taking bets on Rangnick recommending himself, because I reckon he's let the cat out of the bag on that one, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to get all the way up to May and he's going to be like, right, well.
I've made a short list of managers who I think... Ralph, who's on your short list?
Me.
All right. Have you looked at anyone else, Ralph?
Yeah, I did. But I went with me.
All right, okay. So...
Me on a fat lad off that YouTube channel. All right, you it is.
I want odds on you. Remember there's odds on Andy Tate? Come on, we've got to be able to get odds on you. Got odds on Andy Tate. It's not that...
Let me win the league. I want to win the league first.
Right,
I'm putting a statement out. I saw
on.
Bursko looking for a manager. I'd like to distance myself from that at the moment. It's a project I'm working on. I'm very happy, thank you.
Just for the urine, it will boil. Van der Sar was a top goalie, but Neuer in his prime was one level above.
No.
Says Vassal Burkic.
You watch too many highlights. Neuer was an absolute fucking clanger waiting to happen.
Yeah.
He was an excellent shot stopper, but made so many fucking errors. Van der Sar, you didn't really know what Van der Sar was about because you never saw him.
He wasn't for the spectacular very often, although he could do it, because his positioning was so good. He read it. He saw where the ball was going to go. If you look at the amount of times Van der Sar makes a save and the ball's right, and he's like...
And you go, right, that's him. No, it wasn't.
No, he's moved because he's anticipated it. Whereas you look like now, he's like the opposite of Aaron Ramsdale. I swear to God, you could pass it back to Aaron Ramsdale and he'll run out of the way and then dive into the ball, trying to make it spectacular, and then you'll get these moronic Arsenal fans going, he's not human.
I saw that all he's not human stuff. But when he played at Old Trafford, honestly, I didn't think he was human. I thought he looked like a traffic cone.
Yeah, exactly. When Ronaldo put it straight down the middle of the goal, he actually dived out of the way of it. He's not human.
He ain't human.
I wanted to ask you about Anthony Martial, because you've been quite critical of him over the last couple of years.
What?
Well, I know it's beyond the. It seems beyond the realms of possibility that you criticise anyone, Stephen. But you've never. I don't really think you've never like. There was a time like when all of us were like, "Yeah, Martial banging in goals. Yeah, appreciate that stuff." But you've always questioned him. I think you've questioned him for a long time about just the little things that you pick up on, and you're not alone, to be fair. But playing the ball not into someone's run.
Do you know what?
When
That's
someone's running, you play the ball into their stride. He tends to play it either into feet, which when you're running isn't always great, or
and do you know why he does that?
Almost behind.
Why he does that? To get it back.
Right.
And that's the opposite of a team player for me. If me and you are running forward,
Yeah.
I'm going to play it to your heels.
Yeah.
So you're like, fuck.
Got to check
and
your run a little
and
bit.
then
Yeah.
you're going to play me back.
That's the only option, really, innit?
Yeah.
You've got to keep possession.
And that's why, I don't know if that's why he does it, but it's a consequence of what he does. And it used to wind me up when people go, his hold-up plays elite, and you haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about.
I still see that now. I still see the argument because, and one thing that annoys me is, right, it looks like Martial's going to go. The reason we're talking about him, it looks like he's going to go to Juve. Now, you've got a player in that Marcus Rashford, for example, who isn't going anywhere, who is staying, who will run through brick walls for you. You've got a player who more than likely will not be a Manchester United player in a month. And yet, there's a big section of our fan base out there who seem to want to aim their guns at the kid who's staying and who'll give you everything and who'll try his hardest for you and he's still going to be a Manchester United player. Rather than, I'm not saying you have to criticise him myself, right? He's going all right, fair enough. Let's maybe get behind the players we've got. No. I'm going to tell you how great Martial is and how Marcus Rashford needs to go and jump in a fire.
Do you know what it is?
What is that about?
Because
I don't get it.
People watch too many highlights of games and aren't watching enough of the game. And they're following the ball. Each player's only on the ball for 3 minutes at a time in a game, right? 87 minutes, you're going to be without the ball. So what you do off the ball's way more important. What you do on the ball's ego, right?
Yeah.
Now, great players are obviously going to impact the game fantastically. And, a Messi, a Ronaldo, a Paul Scholes, someone like that's going to really impact the game with their 3 minutes. And they're going to move the ball forward. And they're going to try things that are dangerous. And they're going to put the ball into areas. And they're going to do things that other people can't fucking do, like Steven Gerrard, right?
Okay.
You're going to... What you do off the ball, though, Paul Scholes wasn't an elite midfielder because of what he did on the ball alone. What he did on the ball alone was impacted by the positions that he would take up, the little drop of... Like, I can tell you a Scholesy move without him touching the ball. Someone plays in the ball, steps towards it, and then runs the other way. He ain't touched the ball, and you've just been fucking sent.
Yeah.
Like, what you do without touching the ball is enormous. And Jesse Lingard was underrated by a lot of people because he only really had off the ball. His on the ball was ordinary as hell.
He was very good for showing for it, wasn't he? He was always available. He always wanted the ball. He was
was
always an option for you. Like when you look at our attacking play, when Jesse had that 18 months where he was banging in goals and assists and got himself into the England team as a regular. Look at the amount of times he's an option for someone. You're looking for someone to pass to. Jesse's there all the time.
Marcus is doing runs that aren't picked up by TV.
Yeah.
They're not picked up from some of the weird camera angles that you get on TV. But in person, in the stadium, you'll see these runs that he's making constantly. That was what Ralph Rangnick came in. Ronaldo and Marcus were making runs in his first game. And he said, I stopped counting at half-time, but you missed 3 and you missed 1. And they weren't talking about missed passes that they tried and went somewhere else. They're talking about when someone was on and they did not play that ball.
I saw that a few times. And listen, there's nothing wrong with, say, questioning and criticising Marcus. I don't think he's having a particularly great season since he's come back. And I definitely expect more from him. But I don't buy into this idea that, we're letting the wrong player go. And I see a lot of that. And I think for starters, if someone don't want to be here, someone doesn't want to fight for their place, then they're not going to, there's no point in trying to convince him. Anthony Martial's been here now for 6 years. If he doesn't want to stay and fight, and he's done it in the past, when we brought in Sanchez, he fought for his place and he got it back, fair play to the kid. Because that's what I was one of the ones that said he needs to do that, and he did it. But now he's going, I don't know, it's not for me. You've also got Anthony Elanga who's in the conversation. And I just feel like, if Martial's going to go, and we've spoken about this many times, you go to Juve or go somewhere, he could probably do well. I'm not saying he can't. Memphis departed well at Leon.
He's an elite finisher.
No.
He's an elite finisher.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is when people watch him, they'll watch him on the ball, or they'll go to YouTube and type Anthony Martial goals and assists or something. Sorry, Alex, can you grab this for us?
I
don't know who it is, and I think it might be important. Let me just answer it, actually. Put it on him.
Put it on a single on me while Steve gets his takeaway order sorted. Right, I want to talk about this. Jason Albert Hessian has just said, Jay, big fan, love the channel. I've just seen on AFTV, and this is one of the few times I'll ever mention them on here, on Facebook, that they asked everyone, would you take Greenwood at Arsenal? I'm fuming with them for even mentioning his name. Up the Paddock. I tweeted something about this, bro, because I saw like this. I think I saw it on Twitter, not on Facebook. I love the way you've walked that way round behind me instead of going that way where there isn't. How long have you been doing this for? Where they were talking about Mason Greenwood and would you take him at Arsenal? And I think Arsenal fans have got this weird obsession with Mason Greenwood. They talk about him a lot. Now, whenever I see, like, say Martinelli, or who was on Ronaldo United and basically just didn't work out, or Saka, who's a good player, or Smith Rowe's a good young player, or whoever, they get a goal or they do something well. I always see Arsenal fans tweeting or commenting, excuse me, Mason Greenwood step outside, Mason Greenwood, Mason Greenwood. Saka scores for England, Mason Greenwood's got more goals than Saka's got more goals than Greenwood's got caps. It's like they're just obsessed with Greenwood, and I don't get it. I don't know why they're always looking at it. Because I'll tell you now, right, if Mason Greenwood scores a goal, I don't think about Martinelli or Saka or Smith Rowe. I don't think, Smith Rowe step outside. It wouldn't even come into my mind, that sort of thought. I just think, Mason Greenwood scoring yet another goal because that's what he does. Yet there's this weird little obsession that Arsenal fans have got with Greenwood. And I think it's like they're always trying to have these weird little digs or try to undermine him or try to make out like that their young players are somehow superior to him. And I think that the sort of justification for it and the things that I see, especially with the England situation where they'll go, Saka plays all the time for England, it's just weird and it's deluded. I think if you're going to be honest about this and just objective, and yes, I'm a United fan, but I can still look at United players objectively, and I think that for me, Mason Greenwood is an absolute generational talent. Mason Greenwood is someone who, since he's put on a red shirt, has just banged in goals at every single level. And some of the goals he scored at Manchester United, if you look at the goals, look at the nature of those goals, they're not tap-ins. They're not goals where you'd expect him to score. He scored left-footed and right-footed goals, which have been difficult chances. Even this season, you look back to, I think it was the opener against Leeds, I think it was. He gets a great ball by Paul Pogba for starters, but it's a difficult chance, and that is typical Mason Greenwood. He makes it look easy, and it isn't. And he's capable of doing that. You look at his goal this season again against Leicester, fantastic finish. He's always capable of producing these goals and produces these finishes. And I think he's just his overall play as well. When he's got the ball, he's got that ability, left foot, right foot, to go past players. He's just a ridiculously good talent, and I keep seeing this thing popping up with Arsenal fans of trying to just have a weird dig, and now like, would you take him? So you can argue that, well, that's not a dig, that's a question. Why are you asking that question? They're not stupid what they do there. I know they might come across as stupid, but they're not. They're buying into that narrative. They know what sort of it's going to generate. You're going to get a load of Arsenal fans going, oh no, we don't need him when we've got Smith Rowe, we've got Martinelli, or we've got Saka and all this other drivel, and having another dig at Mason Greenwood. And I'm just not having it because it's ridiculous, and it just shows if you genuinely believe, and you get in the comments, get on with it, you genuinely believe Arsenal have got a better young player than Mason Greenwood, or that Mason Greenwood doesn't walk into that team and instantly become their most gifted player, then you're an idiot.
Well done, Jay, on holding a 4 down on your own. Do you know what it's like, right? You've seen the Paddock van, right?
Yeah.
I'm driving at the moment.
Yep.
It's a 2008 silver Bipper.
Nice.
Peugeot.
Yep.
Fucked.
Quality.
Definitely get carbon monoxide poisoning driving it.
Standard.
It's like me going.
It's part of the spec.
Might like you going, don't want a Lamborghini. It's only got a small boot.
It's just so weird, bro. It just does my head in. Like, I just don't get it. Like, this
Do you know what it is? This is exactly like
obsession.
during the fucking Mo Salah to United rumours came about. You just go, listen, fuck off.
Yeah. And also...
Guess what? Not even entertaining it, you fucking lads.
And then you get all the scouts going, they look at him, they wish, well, yeah, we'd have Mo Salah, but we're not in for him. We don't think we're going to get him, and it's just not going to happen. It's just nonsense. Peter Kelly says, what about Arsenal? He's joining in on this. Supposedly looking about Greenwood, lol. 2, since there's no game this weekend, what about watch along for the 91 Cup Winners' Cup final? We are going to do that, me and Steve, and members of that team. That's all I'm going to say to you. Abhinav Verma says, is Tuchel a possibility with Chelsea's recent form? I mean, I think he means
for what?
United in the summer, I'm guessing he's saying.
What, if he fails with that Chelsea team, why do you want to bring him in with an inferior team?
Would you? No, you wouldn't then. Let's say, for example, that Abramovich goes, at the end of the season, Chelsea finish third. They don't win anything. Abramovich goes, nah. But then Rangnick goes, I know this kid. He could come here, work with me, do a good job. And also, he's not been a failure at Chelsea. He won the Champions League. He's just not continued that.
It depends on the circumstances that he gets the bullet in.
Yep.
If they did finish third, but Abramovich wants them to win the league, well, yeah, maybe we'll look at him for that. But if it's like they came 8th, well, no.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Brandon Reisner says, I feel like the Donny we brought could be brought back to life with bringing in Ten Hag and some other young players could improve drastically. I want to ask you about Donny van de Beek because can I shock you? And this is going to get a load of stick in the comments, but I don't care. It's the truth. I don't have a massive opinion on Donny van de Beek. I know you've got to. You've got to think he's either the greatest player you've ever seen or you've got to hate him. And I don't either. I think my only thing is I haven't seen a lot of him. I've seen what I've seen. I've seen some good things. I've seen some games where I think he's underwhelmed a little bit. And I'm just sort of, the jury's still out for me.
All I'll say
I'm
is
sorry,
this.
but that's the truth.
The people that are arguing for him aren't seeing him in training.
Right.
I think that's undeniable.
Well, yeah, I think that's a fair comment.
3 managers have chose not to select him, and the new one has a formation that has 4 central midfielders, isn't it?
So you think there's something in that?
I'm going to say the people that are seeing him day to day in training, I don't think he's the best 6, 8 or 10 at the club.
Right.
And that's not necessarily by a million miles.
Yeah.
But he ain't the best 6, he ain't the best 8.
Because this is the argument, innit? This is, if you want an easy Van der Beek argument, you'll go, well, he's better than, I would say Fred, but Fred seems to have become everyone's favourite. He's better than McTominay. But then you go, okay, is he better than McTominay in that role?
Well, that's it.
Your question.
Is he a better footballer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Unequivocally a better footballer.
Yeah.
Is he a better footballer than Wan-Bissaka? Yes, but he's not a better right back.
Yeah.
Is he a better footballer than David De Gea? Yeah, but he's not a better goalkeeper. Right?
Here's one feeling. You just made me think something. Would you stick with Delo or with Wan-Bissaka if you was picking that team?
Right now,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd really want to see Cavani and Ronaldo up front more than anything else in the whole world.
But just on the right back situation.
Well, I was getting to that.
Sorry.
It's called storytelling.
All right, sorry.
Go around the houses to make a point.
Go on then, carry on.
I want to see Ronaldo and Cavani in the team.
Right.
Now, what are you doing when you play a fullback that's got a wicked cross? You've got an asset.
Yeah.
Ronaldo goes front post, Cavani goes
Can we have a
middle.
single on Steve while he tells his story?
Ronaldo goes front post, Cavani goes middle. You've got Dalot whipping him in from the right. You've got Tellers whipping him in from the left. Do you know what you're getting? Get goals, Jack. You're getting goals.
All right.
The other option is you're going to get Wan-Bissaka falling over his own feet and then just pass it back to someone in midfield.
Right. Yeah. I like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. There's lots to like about him, but I do feel like he's stagnated, and I'm being kind. And I feel like...
I actually don't think he has stagnated. I think he's improved. I don't think
Yeah.
he's improved quick enough, though.
Right, okay.
I think if you looked at the level of player he was when he first came and what he is now, it's not necessarily night and day different, but it's different.
All right. I mean, his numbers last season weren't as bad as people made out. He had a few goals and a few assists.
At one point, he was like ahead of Trent, I think.
Yeah, and he obviously didn't like. But yeah, his numbers for a right back were decent. I think Joel points this out. It's not even necessarily just his crossing, because sometimes he crosses it. I think that's a good cross. It's his build-up play. It's that halfway line when you turn it from defence to attack.
A natural.
Yeah.
I mean, if he came down and trained with us, we'd think he was as good as Brian Robson. But
that's not the bar though, is it? Come on. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's not. I want him to look like one of the best right backs in the league playing for Manchester United.
Brian Robson is 62.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But I just don't think he's a good footballer.
Yeah.
Like I just think, Donny van de Beek, I think he's a good footballer. I think you give him the ball, he looks natural on the ball.
Yeah.
But is he doing again, it goes back to what you're doing off the ball. Off the ball is so fucking important in the team game. And especially the speed of the Premier League. The amount of tactical nature of the Premier League at the moment, it's fucking mental.
Yeah, it is.
And the speed of it's just unfathomable.
I know.
And I don't think, if you're not athletic, you better be unreal.
Yeah.
And can you think of a good unathletic player at the moment? Even like De Bruyne is not unathletic.
No, he's not.
He's just not jacked.
Yeah. No, I don't think there is. The days of who's that kid that used to play for Sunderland? Is it Andy Reid?
Andy Reid.
Is it? Do you remember it?
Oh, I don't even know the fucking.
Right, let me show.
You're making names up.
Is it Andy Reid? Right, hang on a minute. I want to.
Steve Howell.
Yeah, get involved in the comments if you know
Warren
what I mean. Him? Do you remember him?
I played against him last week.
Andy, get involved in the comments if you know what I'm on about. Andy Reid, or for people of an older age, he was the kid that used to play for the Scousers. Oh,
Jan Molby.
I'm so glad you said that.
And Razor Ruddock.
Razor Ruddock, yeah. So I mean, units, like proper units.
Yeah,
you don't.
They were doing units at all.
You don't tend to get that anymore. James Marian says, money aside, what's a Ten Hag United 11 look like? While you think of that, Wasim Rashid, welcome to the Academy. Thanks for your support.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's gone a bit quiet on him, possibly because there is zero news, possibly because everyone's just waiting and sitting on rinsing that news, like, I don't know, April, May kind of time. You got to let, like I said at the start, I actually think the top of Ralph Rangnick's shortlist is fucking Ralph Rangnick.
Yeah, no, I think it is. I think there's going to be a very awkward meeting at the end of this season.
I don't think it'll be awkward.
Yeah, well, I think it will be for the board because they'll have said to him, right, who are you going to recommend? And they're going to go, me. And they'll go, yeah, who else? And they'll go, no one, me. And they'll be like, right, okay.
Have you got any more on your shortlist?
Yeah, no.
My assistant.
Yeah, it's me.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's it. Me, Christmas, and who's the other kid? Sancho, whatever, it's Sancho. Yeah, like, that's it.
Who? Sasha.
What's his name? The other kid.
Sasha's a great Russian gangster name as well.
No, not. Help me out. Who's the guy? Sasha Lenz. Thank you. That's who I was trying to think of.
Shut Louis.
Yeah, Louis. Thanks for you. Shut Louis telling me the right answer. Daniel Kirk says, there is nothing in this Mason leaving story, is there? Stephen, put that one to bed. Come on.
I wouldn't ever rule anyone out from leaving, but to Arsenal.
It's nonsense. That's just utter nonsense. Come on. Andrew Rowland says, yeah, Andy Reid played for Forest. He did. I had pictures of him from Sunderland, but he was a REIT unit.
Dean Saunders, back end of his career, he was a 44-inch waist as well.
Man, he was a striker, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he fucking bagged.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, do you know what? I feel there's a Brian Clough story in this. Didn't he ask him to weed his garden once?
No, have you seen the Brian Clough story with Dean Saunders?
No, go on, elaborate.
Right, so Brian Clough...
Do the voice.
Yeah, I can't do it. You can.
I'll do the voice.
Go on, you
Give
do.
me the words then, I don't know.
So he says...
now then, young man.
That's now then, young man.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, he invited him round to his house. He invited Dean Saunders round to his house.
What's his wife called?
It's not Barbara, is it?
Might be Barbara.
Is it Barbara?
Barbara, yeah.
So he invited him round to his house. And
don't swear in front of Barbara.
So Dean Saunders gone round to Brian Clough's house with his agent. And he says, Brian Clough, he's obviously like a little bit, maybe had a sherbet or two. Yeah.
Well,
maybe
it was 9 a.m.
Yeah, it was 9 a.m. Right.
So he's a couple of whiskies deep.
Dean Saunders, yeah. Dean Saunders has said something like, nice garden. So Brian Clough ran into his garden and ripped out one of his biggest plants and brought that into the front room and give it to Dean Saunders. And then he said, you like Frank Sinatra? And Dean Saunders said, yeah, he's all right. So he's put Frank Sinatra on, like, blasted that out. So then he said to, Brian Clough's got his assistant there, the guy that's brought Dean Saunders around. He's saying, we need to sign him. He likes Frank. He likes my garden. Let's buy him. And Dean Saunders said he had other options. And then Brian Clough told him that if you play alongside our Nigel, you'll score 40 goals a season. Dean Saunders is thinking, is that true? Really? It's like, and then Dean Saunders, I think, got to the stage where he just wants to get out of Brian Clough's house. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, we'll think about it. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he said at the time, Brian Clough's running around his front room with his shorts on, like putting on more Frank Sinatra songs, getting more things out of his garden, just ranting, basically. And Dean Saunders is like, yeah, don't call me, I'll call you. And he was like, great, can't wait for you to start. And he went and signed for Derby County.
There's another one as well. He's like, who's that? It's my agent. Tell him I'll wait outside.
Yeah, that was it. I think that's the same one.
What's he here for? It's a contract negotiation. I don't like agents. Tell him to go away.
Oh, Brian Clough, man. You need to check out I Believe in Miracles on BT Sport, I think it is. And it's a story. We talked about this the other week, weren't we? The story when they won back-to-back European Cups.
Yeah. The only team that I know of, at least, that's got one top flight title and 2 European Cups.
Mad that, innit? Proper crazy. And he was a manager.
Brian Clough's a fucking... Here's the madness, right? Can you imagine peak Mourinho? Because it's the only person I think comes close to him for just doing wild, mad shit. Is it Mark Crosley as well?
Yeah.
There's a Mark Crosley one.
Where he had him playing non-league for his mate. Like,
so it's like...
Go on, you tell the story.
I think Mark Crosley was... He'd either bought him for a load of cash or he was a youth player.
I think he's a youth player. Come through, just broke into the first team, and then he gets Brian Clough picking him up one Sunday morning.
No, it was. I think he was like late, and he's like, "Listen." And then he called him shithouse.
Right.
I think he called. Listen, shithouse. I think he was like something like he was late for first team game. Yeah. Listen, shithouse, you're not playing, but thank you for volunteering to play for the Dog and Duck tomorrow. What do you mean the Dog and Duck? It's our Mark's team. So then he makes him go and play in like a Sunday league team, but he ain't registered. So then he got fined 20 quid because that team played an unregistered player and he took the money out of Mark Crosley's wage. It was like, that was it. No, he's like, he doesn't say, he says that in the morning. So he's like, his late first team thing is like, you're not playing. come round to my house at 9 o'clock in the morning. He goes, and he's like, bring your gloves. He comes round at 9 in the morning and he's like, thank you for coming and thank you for volunteering to play for our Marks team. He's like, who's our Marks team? Like Division 5, Nottingham Sunday League. You're starting.
Talking about the European Cup final where he had Peter Shilton training on a traffic island before the game.
He's done some.
Like
I think he got him beer the night before.
Mate, he took him up from Mallorca for a week. That was his training. He literally took the entire squad before the European Cup final for a week-long holiday in Mallorca because he said they needed to relax and get the game out of their head.
Did we win it, Justin?
Yeah,
yes, we did. So anyway, Pete Mourinho, 2005, right?
Yeah.
So imagine Pete Mourinho, he's in press conferences doing mad shit, his team's winning everything, and then imagine he's on like Graham Norton. Because that's what fucking Clough used to do. He'd just appear, like, he took over Leeds. So try and wrap your head around this one. So
him taking over Leeds is like
Fergie going to Liverpool.
Yeah. It
or
is
gigs or something.
Yeah, it is. It's Gary Neville managing Liverpool.
Yeah.
It is. It's like that. He basically spent his entire punditry career, which had been like every week, slagging off Leeds, calling them dirty, saying they were horrible, saying they didn't deserve the title they'd won.
And took the job.
Yeah, and took the job.
So the Leeds manager, Don Revie, has gone and took over England.
He likes a backhander, didn't he? Allegedly.
Allegedly. He's dead now.
Yeah.
You can't slander the dead.
Okay. Fine. He likes a backhander though.
So Don Revie took over England.
Yeah.
And Brian Clough has gone and took over dirty Leeds. Right?
Dirty Leeds.
And then them two are on Graham Norton together arguing. Can you, like, I can't, like, we missed out on some gold.
Yeah.
Because this just doesn't happen anymore. No. Imagine that. So Gary Neville took over fucking Liverpool.
And him and Klopp are sat on Graham Norton together, arguing and like slagging each other off. Live on telly. It was like, it's brilliant.
He's like, you might have won the league with them.
Yeah.
But you cheated.
Yeah. Well, you've just been sacked. You lasted 44 days, whatever it was. You need to go and check it out. There's an interview. You can see it on YouTube.
The Damn United's a great film
It is as well, because like, I love it where he said his first training session, he tells him to throw all the medals in the bin.
Right, you lot.
Take all your medals and all your cups and all your pots and all your pans and throw them into the biggest dustbin you can find.
As far as I'm concerned, you haven't won one of them. All right? And you, Mr. Billy Bremner?
I remember once I used to have this annual, like a shoot annual, and it had an interview with Neil Webb when he was at Forest. And Neil Webb was an England international, like top midfield. We ended up buying him, obviously. And he said at one game, Mark Crossley, I think it was, whoever, got injured. So he said, I went in goal like during the game because we didn't have a sub-keeper. He said, I thought I did okay, but I conceded 2 goals. And he said a week later for our next game, and he said he was one of the main players for Forest. He was dropped from the squad. And Brian Clough was asked, like, why have you dropped Neil Webb? And he just said his reply was he can't even play midfield, let alone goal, because he was angry with him for conceding those goals. So he dropped him.
You know, Gary Bowie, that's at Salford City in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, so he's a family friend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I love him, Gary Bowie. He used to be at Blackburn, top man.
He's doing all right, I think, with Salford. Not amazing.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to get the bullet because G-Nev loves a firing, doesn't he? He's almost like Abramovich with it.
Yeah.
But he's doing all right at Salford. And obviously, he came through under Clough, played for Clough. And I keep missing him at like do's and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to chew his fucking ear off one day.
Got to. And when he's not doing his stuff for Salford, we'll get him on here because like, I know he's United, but we don't care.
He's gonna have loads of come here, Gary.
Yeah.
Like just so many. I don't think there's anyone who's played under him that hasn't got 44 stories.
Yeah.
Like I did Viv Anderson. Viv Anderson's a great one as well. I think he'd come on here actually, Viv, because he'd be brilliant. And obviously won a European Cup under Clough.
First black player to ever play for England.
Yeah.
Seminal. First Fergie signing.
Yep. Loads of Viv Anderson's unknown considering the things he achieved.
It's true. I love that about you and the warm down like when you had our Gale and people like that on. Yeah, let's get him on, man. That'd be, and he's very articulate, very knowledgeable, good guy.
He's like, I chatted to him and then went on a brew afterwards and that because he's only in Hale, so we went for a coffee, and then after we gone for a coffee, he's like, right, I got to go meeting Roy Keane, and I was like, what? Oh. And I was like, hang on, like, how the fuck have you ended up mates with Roy Keane? Like, you both played for United and Forest,
but not at the same time.
Yeah, and it,
even
like,
remotely.
Is this we both played under Clough and Fergie badge? There can't be many that have done that.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, how many? Not many at all. Like, Peter Davenport.
Not a lot. Neil Webb.
Yeah,
not a lot.
No, because there wasn't
half a dozen tops, I'm saying.
There wasn't a lot of players that went from Forest to United, like, because it usually didn't work out, like Gary Birtles. Well, he's one.
Gary
Birtles was gone.
There's a random Scottish player that Fergie managed at the World Cup.
Ah, yes, very clever. Do you know what I mean? JT says, do you lot think a manager with absolutely no ties to Donny at all would say that and bench him after he's openly said anyone is free to go?
Who's he talking about there, Justin?
Donny van der Beek.
No, who's he talking? What manager said what?
Right.
Who's free to go?
I don't know. Let me find that again, because that's a bit confused. Do you really think a manager with absolutely no ties to Donny at all would say that?
Say what?
After he's openly said to anyone he's free to go, I'm not sure. I mean, I think anyone's sort of got a chance if they want it. I think they have to show they want it. Andy Martial's obviously made it clear he doesn't want that chance. He's ready to go. He's had enough. You can, debate whether you think he should fight for his place. I think any player should fight for his place. He may feel he's already fought for his place. I disagree, but he may feel that. He may feel like I've already been here with Sanchez and everyone else and shown that I'm what I'm about. And also, he's at that age now, 25. This is going to be his big move, and it's probably his last big move where he's going to get a big wedge if he cares about that sort of thing. Abhinav Verma, sorry, he says I missed his super chat. Let me find it, bro. Abhinav Verma says, imagine Ten Hag comes in and boots Donny off first chance he gets.
How funny would that be?
Don't you think, though, it's mad the amount we talk about Donny van der Beek? I don't mean me and you, but I mean like in general. Yeah. Because he is like one of the most spoken about players.
Same with Tony Marshall. It's player FC. That's the problem.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like that, doesn't it? Right. Tell us about your game tomorrow. Go on.
I think, by all accounts, it's 3 o'clock. I'll put it on socials in a bit, but the players are going fucking mental. It literally is a title decider. It's us and them going for top for the table. I think if we lose, that really puts the ball in their court for it. I think they've got 9 left to play to our 6.
Oh, your favourites then, aren't you?
Yeah, but we're 8 clear.
Yeah.
That'd make it 5 clear, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
With them having 3 games in hand, so that's not favourites at that point.
Steve,
need them to drop points, Justin.
Need them to drop points. Steve Fletcher says Mickey Ginn at Coventry City in the Prem was the most unathletic player I've seen. There was loads of unathletic players back in the day, weren't there? You've named
in the
80s. What?
Oh, well, in the early Prem and the 80s. Jesus,
yeah,
it was almost
honestly,
a badge of honour.
Do you know what I mean? Abhinav Verma, I think I've read out both his super chats, bro. Steve Fletcher as well, who's been an academy member for 10 months, says, got to back Jay on that. Canty is a player that can turn a good team into a title contender. Wish we got him instead of Matic back in today. Jack Wilson says, pick one player to sign in January and one sign in summer. Go on quickly.
It's on the spot there, Justin.
Yes.
I think you're going to have to sign some sort of forward that's going to put you in the right sort of mood.
Good shout. Andrew Rollinson's probably picked other than Keano, the best one. For someone who played for Fergie and Clough. Absolute legend. Proper legend. Like top tier United legend.
That makes me think it's not.
No, it is. It really is. This is what I mean. It's like, wow, you forget and you think, oh, yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, this guy, when I say top tier United legend, I mean it. I mean, he meets all the criteria you'd want for being a United legend. And I'll right.
This makes me think you're chatting shit.
I'm not, right. I am not chatting, and I'll give you a clue. Right, this is a difficult clue, though, that I'm going to give you. But Brian Clough would have called him probably Edward. And that's difficult.
Oh, I know who it is. It's that shithouse Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah, well done, good lad. It was mad I forgot about him, yeah. Like, not forgot about him, but obviously forgot he played at Forest for
Yeah, because he only did a year there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Because I think Premier League era Teddy Sheringham was a Tottenham player.
Yeah, no, you didn't, because he literally played one game in the Premier League for Forest and then went to Spurs like a week later, scored against the Scousers, and funnily enough, when we had
Wasn't that the first weekend of the Premier League?
And I watched it the night before. We had Daniel Taylor was on air, and
great goal, Edward.
Yes, now you're off to Spurs, are you? Okay. And Daniel Taylor was on air. He's a Forest fan. He's Daniel Taylor, and I said to him, I was just watching the first Premier League game last night. And he's like, I was behind the goal for Sheringham's goal because he's only a kid. Chris Jones says, if Cavani and Marshall go, it will free up space for either Vlahovic or Haaland. Are we getting it, Erling Haaland?
I don't think so.
No.
Is that your agent? What's he called? Mino. Mino, sit outside, please.
Nah, I don't think it's happening either. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Right, gonna wrap up there. You know where to find him. Go and check out what he's doing on Paddock FC. What are you doing in Rio in the future?
No.
When's he on here?
I don't know.
We'll find out. You know where to find me as well. Don't forget as well to check out the 12 days of Paddock where you can win a host of prizes, including a PlayStation 5. We've also got some extra content for members. Go and check that out as well. That's been Steve. I've been Jay. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.